The Lord said, right here in his word, he said, if I shut up heaven and there be no rain, and he said, if I send locusts to devour the land, and he said, if I send pestilence among my people, in other words, if I send judgment among my people, somebody ought to give God praise. He said, if my people, come on and say amen. If all that's going on in our lives and in our land and in our church, he said there's a solution, there's a formula, there's a way to deal with it. He said if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, he said then, he said I'm not going to do it until then. He said then, I'm getting ready to sit down. He said I'm not going to answer until then. He said, and then I'm going to hear from heaven. Come on and say, man, I'm not going to hear until you pray. I'm not going to hear until you seek me. I'm not going to hear until you humble yourself. I'm not going to hear until you give up your sin. But then I will hear. Then I'm going to hear your cry. Then I'll hear from heaven. I said, I'll hear from heaven. Up until that time, the heaven was closed. Up until that time, God wasn't even looking at us. Up until that time, God wasn't even listening to us. But God said, I'll hear you and I will look on you and I will visit you. And listen to this. And he said, and I will. He said, and I will heal the land. Come on. He said, and I will heal Gospel Fellowship of her sickness, and I will take Gospel Fellowship off of life support, and I will breathe new life into the church. Somebody give the Lord praise. I wish somebody would stand on their feet and give the Lord some glory. Come on, give the Lord some glory. Give the Lord some glory. Oh Lord. Somebody say, oh Lord, send revival. Say, Lord, send it. Say, Lord, send it. Send it until I forgive everybody. Lord, send it until I really love. Come on and say amen. Oh, send it. Oh, send it, Lord. Oh, Jesus, send revival.